Hello, my name is Ben Fulton and I'm from Redwich Analog, and I'm here to show you our latest pedal, the Titan Delay. The Titan Delay is different to other delay pedals on the market because it's got not just one, not just two, but three delay units inside the one box. And the same delay repeated three times, and you can run it in series mode or parallel mode. In addition to this, on the first delay, it's got a modulation loop, so that you can sling any number of different effects into that, and they will affect the wet signal on the first delay. So you can stick vibrato in there, you can stick chorus, you could stick phasing, you could stick fuzz, you could stick octave, you could stick anything you like in there, and it's going to affect the wet signal of that first delay. So perhaps to come to terms with it, we should have a little look. The individual delays are represented by these three triangles which have got the separate controls. Now don't let this middle one confuse you. It's exactly the same as the other two either side of it. It's just flipped around on its head just so that we could fit them all in there and so on, but it's exactly the same. Let's have a look at the first delay and look at the controls that are on that. We've got a control which is labelled D. Now that's for delay, for the delay time. We've got F for feedback, and we've got M for mix, the mix of wet and dry. When it's fully counterclockwise, it's just a clean signal. When it's fully clockwise, there's a lot more of the wet signal going through than the clean. Now these three controls are repeated two more times on the other two delays. So if we turn the mix control all the way back counterclockwise, as far as it'll go on all three, we're just going to get this sound. Completely clean. When I turn up the mix control on the first delay, we will get this. We'll get the delay signal coming through. Now that we've got it set here, I can show you the difference of delay times and feedback that we can sort of access with this. Turning it fully counterclockwise, we get the shortest delay time, which is this. Almost in the realms of reverb. Turning that delay time around to, say, halfway-ish, we get this. And then fully clockwise we get the 800 milliseconds of delay, which is this. And as I say, these three controls are repeated two more times, so we've got three 800 millisecond delays in this one box. So that's kind of cool. Now, how to go about utilizing these things? Perhaps the greatest strength of this pedal is its ability to function in terms of textural work with delays. So let's have a look at how these different delays can work with each other. Now, in either series or parallel mode. At the moment we're in parallel mode, and I'm going to show you the setting we've got on delay 1. It's a mid-length delay. Now, delay 2, I'm going to turn the mix control around, bringing in the delay signal. We've set to a much shorter delay time, and it sounds like this. When I bring the mix control on delay 1 back around, bringing in the wet signal, we get both of them running together in parallel, and it sounds like this. Things get interesting when we run it into series mode. So the first delay is now feeding its output into the input of the second delay, and it sounds like this. And of course, what we can do is we can include the third delay, put that at, say, let's set it to a really long delay time with a medium amount of feedback, and include that in the equation. And so things sound like this. So you get some very, very crazy syncopations happening. That's running in series mode. So when I turn it back into parallels mode, you hear this. The key with this is to set up perhaps the first delay as your main delay, and then to utilize the other two as colors, so that you're able to sort of create a texture with the pedal. That's its primary sort of vision. That's what I was thinking of when I designed it, is to create a delay pedal that was ideally suited to creating textures, sonic sort of textures with delay. Now the other feature that it has is the effects loop on the first delay, which you can put any kind of pedal you like into, and I think we should have a little look at some of the different variations on that. Let's start with the vibrato pedal in that modulation loop. So here we've got the Empress Chorus vibrato pedal in the effects loop of the first delay of the Titan, and I've got it set to vibrato mode by having the switch over to the V, and I've got a moderate amount of chorus delay time set with the voice control, and the speed you can see with the LED there, and it sounds like this. So you're only going to hear the effect, the vibrato, on the repeats of the delay pedal. So it sounds like this. Change the velocity. Kind of crazy. Taking it back now, I'm going to turn into chorus mode, because the only effect that's being applied to the delay is vibrato. So now which is just the modulated audio signal, pitch modulation. And now I'm going to turn it to chorus mode, which means that we have some clean signal there as well, so it's just the full chorus effect, and it sounds like this. Cool. So that's how it sounds with chorus and vibrato. Let's have a listen to how it sounds with phaser. Okay, so now I've got the Red Witch Moon phaser plugged into the effects loop of the first delay. Now, I've done something kind of sneaky. I've plugged a dummy plug into the stereo output of the Moon phaser, which means we're actually only hearing the modulated sound, not the original dry sound from the phaser. So it gives you this kind of, it's like vibrato, but it's a little different to the stock vibrato. I'm really fond of how this sounds. So have a listen to this. A little different setting. So that's quite a sort of a rather lush sound. Now I'm just going to take this out of here, and now we're just getting the straight phase sound, and this sounds like this. Turn the vibrato, the velocity control up. And of course you can use any of the myriad of different settings which this pedal offers when it's in the effects loop, but that gives you a rough idea. Now let's have a listen to how it sounds with a little bit of gain. So we're going to hook up a Famulous distortion overdrive pedal into that effects loop and see how that sounds. So now we've got the Famulous overdrive distortion pedal in that effects loop on, again, the first delay, and it sounds like this. wind the mix control back so we're getting less of the delay and the distortion. There's a whole lot of different ways that you could set this all up, but that's just to give you a quick indication of how it would sound with the distortion in the loop. And finally, let's have a listen to how it sounds with an octave pedal, finally, in that same loop. So here's the Titan with an octave pedal in the loop on the first delay. It sounds like this. So that's the Titan with an octave. So those are the features of the Red Witch Titan delay pedal. It's basically a delay pedal that's got 3 individual delay units in the one box, and you're able to choose as to whether they're running in series or in parallel. You can use one delay by itself, you can use 2 delays together, or you can use 3 delays together. You also can use the modulation loop on that first delay, which you can put anything you like actually. It's not just a modulation loop, but it opens up a whole other side of the pedal for colouring the delay repeats. So that's basically the Titan delay pedal in a nutshell.
Hey, this is Ben here from Red Witch Analog. I'm here in Melbourne, catching up with Sam Kearney from the band Alberta Cross. They're on the tour of Australia. Caught them playing last night, and we just had a bit of a chat about the Fuzz God 2, which is the Red Witch pedal that Sam's got on his board at the moment. As far as fuzz effects go, what have you used in the past?
Fuzz is one of those effects I've been on a constant quest for, pretty much. There's so many different varieties. I've had the ZVEX Fuzz Factory, I've had the full tone 69, 79 pedals, I've had a bunch of different stuff, 9-volt Nirvana stuff. And they all have their own personality. And one of the tones I've been really looking for is on this Neil Young live album called Weld. And he's got kind of the whole sputtery thing that the Fuzz God 2 offers, and it's that's the Fuzz God 2 is the closest I've found to nailing that tone, and that's something I've been looking for. It's kind of that
cool,
exploding on the verge of destruction type of lead tone. Yeah.
That's cool. And where did you hear about the Fuzz God?
I've just been researching on the internet and watching clips of YouTube. I mean, like I said, I'm looking for fuzz pedals and stuff. So that one popped up.
Sam, what are the features of the Fuzz God that you particularly like that you haven't found anywhere else?
The cool thing about it is it offers a really wide palette of different fuzz tones. Obviously, you have the half gain and the full-on freak out gain. But I think the most unique thing is the switch with the 2 lightning bolts. I'm not sure what you're calling that switch, but it's
well, it's sort of it's an
total chaos switch or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Ross control, which brings in the
yeah, and be able to dial in. You can figure out the key of the song, dial it in on the Wrath control.
Yeah.
It's kind of that Billy Corgan type of
Yeah.
full-on meltdown type of thing, which I'm
Cool.
into. But
Cool.
the crazier, the more I like it. So.
It's great. And so you guys finishing this tour off, one more date in Australia tomorrow, and then you've got Japan.
Yeah, we're playing Fuji Rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you guys got a little bit of a break, and you got some festivals in in England.
Yeah, we're going to Norway and Sweden.
Cool.
So.
And new album and stuff on the.
We're gonna be working on the new album. I think probably in October, November. So.
Cool. What sort of amps are you running through? What's your rig setup? Sort of guitar through pedal board then?
Yeah, I'm running two amps. So like a lot of my delays and reverbs are in stereo and stuff like that. And I just kind of split some of the signal chain where certain effects go to one amp, and some go to the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm using a Blackstar RSM30, and my friend from Virginia just built me a great amp that's kind of similar to like a Marshall JTM 45.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. So it's going to give you a much bigger, broader sort of sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going for as wide as possible. So.
Yeah.
Drown out everyone else in the band.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one needs those guys.
Yeah, well, it was a great sound last night. It was
Thank you.
fantastic. The guitars you're using, you've got the
Jazz Master
yeah.
and Telly. So
Sweet.
they're both pretty new guitars. They're like 90s.
Hi, I'm Terry from Alberta Cross, and I'm using the Redbridge chorus pedal, which I've found for, especially in a song that we do called Rise from the Shadows, it's probably the best chorus pedal we've come across. So it's a hybrid. I highly recommend.
Jazz Master that looks like it's way older than it is, but that's what sandpaper does when you put it on the finish. I plug it into my board, I hit the line driver first, then it goes into my volume pedal, and I do all my gain stuff, all my fuzz and overdrive and boost, and then I go into a pedal, this pedal right here, this ramp tone pedal that splits my signal, because I'm running two different amps. And then from there, I have one of the signals goes into a delay, the other goes into a POG. And they both go into the delays and the reverbs, which run in stereo. So basically, the POG will be sent to one amp, and this delay, which I usually have as a slapback, will go to the other amp. So you get a wide palette of sound.
Cool. What are the amps you're using?
Right now, I have some really crap rental amps that sound like a cardboard box. But usually I have a Blackstar RSM30, and my friend from Virginia has built me an amp that's kind of similar to like a JTM 45 Marshall. So,
Sweet.
yeah, I'm always into like 212 cabinets also. So
Cool.
I'm not ready for a 412.
Nice. Do you want to play us a little bit through the fuzz guide just briefly?
Sure.
Why wouldn't you make just 10 louder?
Well, because these goes to 11.